Hello everyone. I'm really happy to see you, and it's a marvelous winter day in the Northwest. It's a gift to be here, and I was thinking about community, and we had a really wonderful experience this last week. We had a fair, and it was Hope. I believe it was Hope who had this idea that it would be really wonderful if we could have a fair where everyone used their gifts and talents and made things, and that we made things with our own hands, and and shared our gifts and talents, and then people could barter um, their wares or their crafts or their arts. They could barter, or they could receive cash, or receive other items, or services. And so we did this last weekend. We had this amazing. It was so incredible, and something I remember. Village, we were doing a podcast. I think it was with Atusa, and we are doing this podcast with Atusa. We named it "Community is Immunity," and she's an immunologist, and it was really lovely to talk about how community really is immunity, and it was beautiful to watch. I mean, it's literally, you can see the body shift and change, and of course, with the measures that the CDC has requested, and it was lovely, because for some people it's a first outing. A few people have told me that was their first outing since COVID began. So it was really beautiful to see how that contact, and how that um, the mystery of our gathering, the mystery and the beauty of coming together, and how that contact and how that touch really increases our chances for survival. And when we have an increased chance of survival, when we come together, that increases our capacity, really, and I believe asks of us to become more loving, to become increasingly in contact with our own hearts, and to open our hearts to the hearts of others. And so I was thinking about how lovely it is to have a community. Also, how lovely it is to build communities. We can build communities. We can have communities. We can share with communities. We can seek out communities. But they need to be communities with integrity, and communities that are also in contact with what is meaningful, and supporting the well-being of the earth for future generations, supporting the well-being of all our relatives. And so, how are we experiencing our community, and what is what are we contributing, what is our contribution to our community, and are we helping or assisting our community in transforming in the ways that our community wants to. And we have a personal community, we have our internal community with ourselves, and then we have our families, and then we have our neighborhoods, and we have our villages, or our towns, or our rural areas. And so, what is my gift? We're thinking about gifts. We're thinking about, this is a time of gifting. This is a time of the light. This is the time of the tree of life, and all of the lights. The return of the light. We're asking for the return of the light. And so that's just something really beautiful. There's something really powerful and really beautiful about that. So, thinking about that, what are my gifts to community? And then choice. What are the choices that I'm being given at this time? What kind of choices am I making? Do I recognize that I always have a choice, and that there are so many choices that are available to me every day, every moment, really, in my life? And what am I choosing to do? And can I choose to love? Can I contribute love? Can I contribute compassion? Can I contribute community building, the building of connections, the building on our capacity to love, to give love and to receive love. Oh, I have someone's knocking at the door. So I guess we're going to have an opportunity to do that. Oh, hold on for this a second. Hi, come in. I'm just in the middle of my talk. Hold on for just a minute. It's Ray. Ray is here and he has all kinds of wonderful things. So I'm really lucky Ray's in my life. Speaking of love, like what a blessing. Somebody knocks at your door and they're amazing. And that is the case. And so what kind of community am I building? How am I building community? How am I creating connections? Am I contributing love to the situation? And do I always know that I have a choice? And so those are some questions to think about. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a beautiful week. Bye.